Namaste guys, welcome to 11th December session of the Hindu analysis connecting current affair with the static part. So yesterday as we have seen that our CDS General Bipin Rawat was led to the final rest along with his wife and other 11 persons that were died in the unfortunate plane crash, unfortunate helicopter crash. So yesterday also Prime Minister Narendra Modi addresses the democracy summit that was convened by the Joe Biden, the American president. So what he has said in yesterday's summit, it is very important to know. Like first article is PM Modi moots social media cryptocurrency norms. So this article is very important. You can give a read to this article completely. And what he has said that elected Republican cities, states such as Lichavi, Shakya flourished in as far as 2500 years back. And he has talked about Uttar Merur inscription. In his speech, he has talked about Uttar Merur inscription, which has the oldest democratic inscription in the that has codified the principle of democratic participation. So you can see what is where is Uttar Merur inscription is located and to which century it is belong to, around 7th to 9th century, and it is belong to Chola kings. So you can see that Uttar Merur inscription as well, and that is very important with respect to your static history part. And he has also talked about certain other issues like refer to the civilizational tradition of democracy in India, citing the ancient city-states under the Lichavis and other that flourished in India during the late Vedic and Buddhist period and continued till the early medieval period. So you can refer this complete article. This very important article. It can be asked in the examination as well. So as we know that Pakistan has boycotted this summit under the pressure of China, and China again cracking another joke, lighting the moment and claims that it is the largest democracy. So there is some lighter moment you can share in these hard moments like crash of the Bipin Rawat helicopter. There is some lighter moment, China claiming that it is largest democracy. So you can see that as well. Another important article was about the Assange can be extradited to US. That is not important. Article is not important. What is important is the extradition. What is extradition treaty? You can see what is extradition treaty, and with how many countries India has signed the extradition treaty. You can also refer that as well, and you can write down in comment section that whether India has an extradition treaty with UK or not. So in the recent article, PM Modi has also talked about cryptocurrency. So you can refer again what is cryptocurrency, what is Bitcoin, which is the first country to recognize Bitcoin as legal tender, and you can also see what is distributed ledger, what is how the cryptocurrencies works on the principle of decentralization, and the committee in India which had recommended to ban the private cryptocurrency in India as well. It was write down in comment section which committee had recommended the ban on private cryptocurrency recently in news. So coming on to the next important news, it was center says no proposal to scrap sedition law. So although we are planning to come with a new video on the sedition law, you can see what is sedition law. It is section 124A of the Indian Penal Code, and whether it was in the original IPC or not, and why it was added later, and who was the first most. Just Bal Gangadhar Tilak was the most was a person who has been suffered the sedition law many times. So you can see that as well. We are coming with a separate video, so every doubt will be cleared in that video as well. So another important article was about the namaz in open cannot be tolerated. So Haryana CM has said that all designated places for Friday prayers withdrawn, says Haryana CM. So what you can refer that Article 25 to 28 that gives right to freedom of religion under the Fundamental Rights, Part 3 of the Indian Constitution. And you can also see the reasonable restriction that Constitution itself has put on these all the fundamental rights, like freedom of religion can be restricted on the basis of public health, morality, and public order. So all these things can be seen as well with respect to the freedom of religion. So another important article was about the Supreme Court now open to easing Delhi pollution curbs. So you can again refer what is AQI, what is NNAQS, suffer, smog tower, what is smog tower, and how many pollutants are covered under AQI, NNAQS, and you can also see the ways to curb the pollution, like banning on the construction, like 70% of the around 70% of the air pollution is caused by the dust particle which comes from the construction site and the um, coal thermal power plant. So you can refer these things as well. So coming on to the next news, it was Guwahati High Court quashes 3 foreign tribunal orders. So you can again refer what is foreign tribunal, why it was made foreign tribunal, and you can also see the Assam Accord of 1985, and you can write down in comment section who signed the Assam Accord, like which prime minister had signed the Assam Accord, and who was the signing authority. Next, who was the other signing authority other than the prime minister from the Assam side. So you can also see the which state in India has recently announced to brought a state level NRC, like they will recognize their own citizen from the particular state. So you can write it in comment section as well. Very, very important for examination. So coming on to the page number 2, here you can see the crackdown on tandoor singes vendors. So although we know that coal pollution is very dangerous for the environment, but scenes like this is really not tolerable, as if you are breaking the tandoors of the roadside street vendors. So you must be remembering that, you must be knowing that around 60 to 70% of the electricity production happens from the coal-based thermal power plant. So you can destroy that as well if you're destroying these things. So you can see the livelihood alternatives. So you should provide the alternative to the livelihood as uh, the coal-based tandoor. The alternative of the coal-based tandoor is not cost effective, is very costly to these street vendors. So you can also see that government should provide the alternative when they are banning or they are removing these street vendors coal-based tandoors. So you can see that as well. Livelihood, environment versus livelihood. Another important article was about the street vendors protest over the pending surveys. So this article is important, but you can see what is Swanidhi scheme that was launched amidst the COVID-19 pandemic lockdown for the street vendors Swanidhi scheme. So you can see that Swanidhi scheme as well. So coming on to the page number, page number 3, there was an article, General Rawat's death, a huge loss for entire country, as well said by Kejriwal, as he was the most competent person to be the CDS. So after his death, the post of CDS is empty, and it will remain empty for around 2-3 months. So you can see that as well. Coming on to the page number 4, there's an important article, Odisha failed to retrieve 456 crore claimed by the Comptroller and Auditor General. So you can refer article 148, which talks about the Comptroller and Auditor General. What are its role, its appointment, and its removal, as it is mentioned in the Constitution. So it is a constitutional body, and you can also write down in comment section from which country the CAG has been taken, from which country's constitution, and you can also see that whether in India, the Comptroller and Auditor General is really a comptroller or only an Auditor General in India as well. So coming on to the page number 5, here is an important article, Supreme Court to hear Mullaperiyar case on December 15. So this article is about the interstate river dispute that happened in between Kerala and Tamil Nadu. So you can refer that Interstate River Water Dispute Act of 1956, which has made certain tribunal for the recovery for the cases, for such cases, and you can also see that which article bans the Supreme Court jurisdiction in such cases and the pre-constitutional treaties as well. It was article around in 260s, around that article was there. So you can see that article as well. So another important article on the page number 6, it was on editorial The Green Shoots. So this article is talking about the recently repealed farm sector law. So you can see that recently the farm reform that has been repealed by the Modi government, how this economically and environmentally unsustainable practices need to be curbed, and what are the ways in which the reforms can be carried out. Like if you are no reforms, that like here it is written, no reforms can be possible without building sufficient political support for it, unless unlimited state force is used to suppress the opposition. So you can see the role of opposition and the political narrative that should be built to support the reforms. Only then reforms will be successful in these issues, in this sensitive issues. So you can see that as well. So coming on to the other important article about the goods and services tax as an unfinished agenda. So you can refer what is GST, what is 101st Amendment Act, what is cascading effect and anti-profiteering agency. And this article, complete article, is very important as it is talking about the certain issues involved in the GST. What are the issues involved in the GST? So you can refer these this article, very important article. And this article is also talking about the GST network. So you can also see that as well. So coming on to the next article, it was on page number 8. Here it is. President calls for a debate on right to climate justice. So on the National Human Rights Day. So you can see a National Human Rights Commission, and whether it is a constitutional body or a statutory body, you can also see that. And you can also see that right to a healthy environment. This article is talking about right to healthy environment. So MC Mehta case of 1986. In that case, Supreme Court has said that Article 21, right to life, also contains right to healthy environment as well. So you can see that MC Mehta case as of 1986 and its role in bringing out the 1986 Environment Protection Act as well. So another important article was about the UN confers the observer status on solar lines. So very good news coming from the international point of view. Like ISA, the only international organization which has a which is headquartered in India. So you can also see what is International Solar Alliance, and when it was announced in the Paris Agreement, Paris Conference of Parties in 2015, and India, along with the France, was the founding member of this nation. And currently the tropical countries are the part of it, but the membership has been extended to other United Nations member as well. You can see that as well. And you can also refer the India's renewable energy targets. What are its targets? India's renewable energy target, and how much renewable energy target will be supplied by the solar initiative. You can refer that thing as well. So this article is itself talking about the 21st COP of Paris. So you can see that thing as well. And it is under the United Nations Convention on Climate Change, UNFCCC, that was brought in 1992 Earth Summit. So you can also refer center looking to use stubble as biofuel. So this article is talking about the stubble burning issues. So and you can also refer the fourth generation of the biofuels that can be made. And you can also see the national biofuel policy, and you can write down in comment section which state was the first state in India to adopt the national biofuel policy. And when it is coming to stubble burning, you can also see the happy seeder machine, what it do, and the direct seeding of rice, the concept of DSR, direct seeding of rice, what is it and how it will be helpful in maintaining the environment as well. So another important article was on page number 9. Page number 9. Yeah, here it is. Don't use state force on political opinion. So this article is talking about the Supreme Court decision on the journalist issues. So it says that journalists should not be made to suffer for reporting what is public. So you can refer what is Article 19, the freedom of speech and expression. Also this article is talking about the livelihood also. So you can see that how using state force on political opinion is a violation of the Article 19, the fundamental right. And Supreme Court has been provided with the authority under Article 32 to enforce the fundamental right of every citizen as well. So you can also write down in comment section under which article High Court is being given the authority to enforce your fundamental rights. Coming on to the page number 10, here it is. In Lok Sabha, ministers list steps for supplementary nutrition. So this article is talking about the nutrition. It is very important article. Nothing to extra to share here, but you can refer this complete article, as this complete article has important data and important steps that has been listed by the minister. It can be useful in your mains examination as well, mains examination point of view. So coming on to the another news, here it was. Bal Krishna Doshi wins top honor. Although it is not important for UPSC point of view, but you can refer this article, like which award has been given to Bal Krishna Doshi. It can be asked in certain state PSC examination or other SSC examination as well. So coming on to the page number 11, this page is talking about the international politics, this world. As I keep on repeating that if you're not reading the complete article, at least read all the headlines on this page at least. So another joke here it is, China claims it is the largest democracy. So you can read this article and laugh, have a laugh, and not important for examination point of view, but it will relax you. So coming on to the next important article is, after Nicaragua snub, US urges nation to expand Taiwan ties. So recently Nicaragua has de-recognized the Taiwan, that it was one of the few country that has recognized Taiwan as a complete nation. So again, it is a blunder of a US blunder. Nicaragua has de-recognized the Taiwan, and you can see where Nicaragua is located on the map as well. And you can also see which countries have currently have the recognize the US Taiwan as a independent and a separate nation as well. So that is important. And another important article was about the US Supreme Court allows challenge to abortion ban. So you can see that is not important for India's point of view. What is India's point of view important is Medical Termination Pregnancy Amendment Act that was brought in 2021, following the after 1971. So what changes it has been done? Like it has covered an unmarried woman or covered, and the time period for abortion has been increased to 24 weeks for rape survivor, and beyond 24 weeks for substantial fetal abnormalities. And one RMP, the you can also refer the what is RM